Hey, this is Bill Vern, your Keller Williams agent for the Central Texas area, and I just wanted to say hey to you. And here's our next video in property taxes. Again, they told me I have to keep these short, so you're going to get these chopped up, and we're going to talk about different sections of protesting or our property taxes, right? Because we just got our bills for this year, and it's top of mind. So let's talk about that. Okay, so if a property owner disagrees with the appraisal, he may file a protest. Okay, and so how do we do that? Let's talk about a couple of issues here. First off, a notice of protest must be filed within 30 days of the date of the notice was delivered, or by May 15th, whichever is later. So you need to kind of think about that. May 15th is basically the end of your ability to protest. Of course, I would encourage you to do it sooner if you're going to do it. Don't wait until May to actually send it in. Now, there's this thing called rollback taxes, which is a total different. There are other property tax issues. I'm not talking about those. Rollback taxes is another bag of worms in real estate. It's not a topic for you. I'm assuming everybody owns their property, okay? Because that rollback taxes, you got to do that within 30 days of getting the notice and etc. And we're not going to talk about that. I'm not going to even define what a rollback tax is. And if you really want to find out more about other protest deadlines and such, they're all set forth through the Texas Tax Code, and it's in section 4144. So you can go there and look on some other issues if you want to do that. But for our discussion, it's before May 15th, okay, of that year that you get the notice. Now, there is no required form for the notice, but the taxpayer should use a form. I love saying it that way. 50-132, which is prescribed by the state comptroller's office and is available at the appraisal district, of course. And because I am not, yes, I mainly operate in McLennan County, Falls, Bell, Coryell. I could sit there and talk specifically, especially to my clients, when I point them back to this. However, because I also know that I'm potentially talking to people all over the state, I'm going to make this very broad, okay? So, get on the website, look at your notice. It'll actually tell you the steps I'm talking about as well. But yeah, so you need to definitely turn in the forms and get in line. Okay, it's it's important that a taxpayer pay the portion of the taxable value of the property that is not in dispute. Okay, failure to does forfeit your right to have protest heard, and same is true throughout the process. Now again, if you really want to get wonky, and I'm good with that, I want to refer you to this, the Texas Tax Code. And again, we're section 2526, 414115, 41A point 10, and 42.08. So that kind of talks about this in more of a legalese standpoint. But I'm going to tell you right now, I know people that protest their taxes and they didn't read any of that stuff, right? Okay, so let's just talk one more tip or one more little bit about the process. An informal meeting with an appraiser often occurs before the actual appraisal review board, okay? Here's the protest. Okay. That's where and COVID has kind of changed a lot of this, so be ready for this kind of looking different again, depending on which counties you're in, depending on how COVID scared they are, etc. Usually, a lot of this stuff is starting to be done over the phone and through Zoom meetings and equivalent thereof. So be kind of prepared for that. We don't all march down to the county and hang out. So first is, like I said, sometimes you just pick up a phone when you start talking to them, and they'll cut you down or cut your amount down. And some people are satisfied with that. Some will say no. I want to talk to the appraiser. Then you have the informal meeting, at which time you might be able to tell them, hey, that the house that sold up the street for $1 million had this, that, and the other, and mine has these issues. So my house is not the value of that house. So you can have that kind of informal talk. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you about this is not a get your Minuteman gun, flintlock, hey, we're gonna go dump the tea in the bay kind of scenario. We need to be polite. I know, especially we just kind of talking about the COVID era right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm seeing a lot of people that are on edge, and we all need to step it back a little. And so I would encourage you to be respectful when you're talking to people. It's yes sir, no ma'am. And if in fact, try to talk like I'm doing right now with a smile on our face when we're talking to them. Be very busy. Don't be sarcastic like certain people. I know they'll say stuff and come off wrong, especially on the phone. And so I want us to. That's one of the other tips here on our 2-tip on property tax video is, hey, let's be nice. Okay, with that said, again, I am the lead agent on the I-35 team. We need to start playing a little game. So we moved in our new offices. What has changed in my office from the last time we did the video? Because there's been a change in here. We'll have to go, hey, that's what it is, Bill. So my team and I would love to help you with your real estate goals. If you have any question about real estate, reach out. I might learn something. Reach out and ask us a question. We'd love to help you and find that answer. And you can reach me at this phone number, 254-495-5661. And I look forward to talking to you again soon with another property tax tip. Bye now.